Hey everyone, welcome to the pilot episode of our new short series called The 10 Shortlist, where we do a 10 things list between us two because we do live TV here at the studio. Our lovely tech is
Graham Young, and in the equipment room, Gavin and I have many debates, arguments is probably
because I have
better
good
word for
taste.
it. Yes, he has good taste. But today, Gavin, I'm going to be your shrink.
Yeah, today we're doing things a little differently because I've got to get some things off my chest. All right. When we normally do this, we each pick something to go back and forth that you're going to see as we go forward. But I wanted to give you guys kind of an idea of the fun we can have here. I'm going to tell you the 10 things wrong with the live-action Lion King remake.
Why do you do this to yourself? Okay, here's my question to you. Why did you even go?
I really wanted the glass the Draft House sold with it.
You went for a glass.
I went for a glass.
And when you drink from that, each time you drink from that glass, may you remember,
looks awesome.
May you remember that terrible movie.
All right,
and the sacrifice that was made.
Just to be warned, this episode will be a little longer than all the other ones because they're made to be on primetime television. This is on the internet. I'm going to say shit you're not going to want, like shit that you're going to be crazy for. So this is uncensored.
Okay.
We will do some uncensored ones from time to time just for the internet that we're really passionate about. So
kids, get out.
All right, hey, first and foremost.
Kids, leave the room. We're going to talk about The Lion King.
First thing wrong with Lion King, they remade this shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's my first question to you. Why'd you go?
I went because I wanted the glass. I enjoyed Dumbo because it was the original short with a sequel. I really liked Beauty and the Beast because it was like a very elaborate stage production. Maleficent was something completely new. Cinderella's always been one of my favorites. Watching the live action version was fun because it was different enough. It warranted it. Everybody was. Jungle Book was okay until Christopher Walken started singing the King Louis song, and I was done. I checked out.
That's probably when I would check in.
No. You want to check out.
Oh, no.
But this one is almost shot for shot and only adds a few things. Like there's more Nala, and it establishes that the hyenas are the rival army to the Pride Lands, and Shinji is their leader. Only good things it adds in this movie. Right there. Save yourself some time. All right. Number 2. It fucking lies to you. It starts with the Circle of Life sequence, which is beautiful. This technology is amazing. And the animals are going, you're like, wow, maybe this isn't going to suck. And then the animals start talking.
And then
I want to leave.
What if they had done the film where the animals didn't talk and you just sort of...
Here's number 3, why that's they lied to you. So, everyone's seen Mr. Ed where you put peanut butter in their mouth, they go, nom, nom, nom. That's exactly what every animal in this movie is like. They have no facial emotions, but it's like, hey, I'm Simba. Let's go, Nala. There's an elephant graveyard over there. No ear movements, no body movements. Like one of the best scenes in Lion King was when Mufasa saves them and he's sitting outside. He goes, Zazu, take Nala home. I got to teach my son a lesson. And Simba cowers in the grass. Ears go back. Simba's sitting there just going, what? Like, for real.
Do you think it's because the technology wasn't there to
No. Because Dumbo, that character's full of emotion. You can tell what Dumbo is thinking and feeling by watching him. He has tears, his body moves differently. They did an amazing job on Dumbo showing emotion. No, one of the characters in Lion King shows emotion. The most pivotal scene. Long live the king, and throws Mufasa off. There's no fear in anybody's eyes. There's no menace in anybody's eyes. It's just, oops.
That's terrible. Can I ask just one quick question? Mm-hmm. Do they at least have the part where he lays down on the flowers and it comes up as sex?
We're getting to that.
Okay.
So we're at number 4. Number 4, okay?
Okay.
They add unnecessary long scenes because they wanted Beyonce to sing a new song when he's running back to Pride Rock. It's 3.5 minutes of her singing and a montage of him and Nala running through the desert for 3.5 minutes. Not to beat the next thing on my list, which is number 5, right?
Yeah.
The scene he just talked about, where Rafiki, I thought they were lying when I read this. So Simba is kind of disappointed, so he plops down and a tuft of his hair comes off and it floats to the wind. You're like, okay, it's going to, wait, what's it doing? Like the bag in American Beauty. And then it lands in the water, and then a dragonfly lands on it and flaps its wings and then flies off. And then this bird lands on a branch and looks at it and thinks, and then he goes down and picks it up and flies. It's flying to a tree. And goes to the tree, and then there's a nest. He puts it in the nest and flies off. And the other one's like, fuck this shit, and takes the thing and knocks it off, and it floats down. And you see a giraffe eating, and it lands on the branch. The giraffe is eating, and then eats it. And the giraffes walk off. And then there's a dung beetle with a dung heap with the cloth in it, the fabric in it, rolling around, gets stuck on a rock, has to go remove it, keeps rolling it, hits the hill, it falls down, dung flies apart, and floats off, fur floats off, and just kind of rolling like a tumbleweed. And there's a line of ants, and this ant stops and picks it up. And so they're going, and then they go up the tree. It's Rafiki's tree. And Rafiki's sitting there eating and sees this piece of fur, and then picks up like, God, no, don't let him smell it. He's like, Simba's alive! 4 minutes! 4 minutes!
And we don't get any sex!
4 minutes! It took to do this.
Oh.
I was like...
Yeah, that's just... Well, you know what they're trying to say. It's the circle of life.
6th thing wrong with this movie. Timon and Pumbaa were fine, but with zero emotion, it was really hard to catch on. Because Timon's having a conversation and just stops and starts scratching himself as he's talking, and just comes back and looks. Like, there's no fear when they first come across him. There's no fear when Nala's chasing him through the forest. It's just, like, Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner, or whatever his name is, were great. They had great jokes. They were that was the whole reason to watch the movie. But without that emotion, 7, they massacred Be Prepared, one of the best songs in cinema at Disney, period. I did not expect Nazi high-stepping hyenas, but I expected a lot more than this horrible voice actor massacring a spoken word version of Be Prepared.
I don't even remember Be Prepared.
It was when he's singing with the hyenas about how he's going to kill Mufasa, and he's going to take over, and there's going to be food for everybody.
Okay, yeah, I kind of remember
Epic. He's pounding, and the smoke's coming out. It's all dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Don't even get started with how bad that was. 8. What was wrong with James Earl Jones? Mufasa had so much life and character, and in this movie, he's reading from a script.
He's very old.
No.
He's very
You
old.
can still inflect.
Sure.
Simba, look above us. My father told me all of those are kings looking down upon us. I don't remember him being dead at all in the original Lion King. Granted, he was a lot younger.
Let the man retire. Let him be with his grandkids and his great-grandkids, probably.
9. Okay? 9. You want to leave this movie so bad, but you're like, it can't get any worse. I leaned over to my friend that watched it and said, it can't get any worse. Oh, it can't get any worse. But it did. It did because the fight scene at the end is very, very bad. I mean, it wasn't the best in the animated version where Scar and him are fighting, but at this one, it's very quick, and it just is like, ooh, I fell off, like all Disney villains do.
But not a real good...
It's not a really good fight. There's no intensity in it because they have the drawn emotions in the animated one. And this one, it just looks like you're watching a nature documentary of 2 lions going, like, that's really about it. I get they're going for a realism aspect, but they really there's no reason. And so number 10, besides everything else, when Nala and Simba first meet up in the cartoon, there's some, like, who are you? And she realizes she's so excited she wants to go. No, they, like, bump heads and like, oh my God, we love each other. And they immediately start singing, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? There's no real story about where have you been. It's like, oh my God, I see you, we love each other. And they start singing Can You Feel the Love Tonight, like right away. And I was like, this is kind of rushed because they did 4 minutes of fur flying through dung.
Well, that's important. It's the circle of life. Let me tell you something, Gavin. Okay? You've just given me 10 reasons to avoid the film. You didn't need to give me any. Okay? But here's the thing. I want you to I'm going to give you a film that will put a smile on your face that has lions that you should watch to make yourself feel better.
Okay.
Roar.
I think I've seen it.
So 70 cast and crew were injured during the making of the film.
I've seen this one.
One of my favorite cinematographers, Jan de Bont, was actually scalped by a lion during the filming of the movie. You watch the entire movie sort of like, oh my God, to get those actors out of the way from the lions. It's amazing. And I think that you'll have a more enjoyable time watching these actors.
Watching paint dry is more enjoyable than Lion King.
Yeah, well, watching actors fear for their lives, like for real, it will be more entertaining than Lion King. So if you're looking for an alternative to the Lion King,
watch the original or watch Roar.
Or watch Roar.
Because you know you have a problem with the movie when all the adults just keep getting up and leaving and they don't come back for like 5-10 minutes. Most times you can't you can't miss a scene. People are in a rush. They don't even want to get up. Some kids were laughing, but the emotional impact, everything that made it work is gone.
It's a movie where every scene is a piss break.
Pretty much. Like, I was sitting going, there's something really wrong here. No one's showing any emotion. It's like they put peanut butter in their mouth and they just filmed it going, let's ad-lib this. Like, it's just, oh my God, it's so bad. And I paid for it.
Yeah, and you deserve it. You deserve it. Heed my advice. Go see the original Lion King, which I'll admit is one of the last Disney films I ever watched. It's pretty decent, okay?
Yep.
But if you want to have a really fun time, drink a couple of beers with your friends, watch Roar, you'll never forget that experience.
All right, so that's been it for this pilot episode of the 10 Shortlist. Every now and then we'll go off on rants like this, but usually we're going to share the spotlight. He has the next rant about Garbage Pail Kids movie, and it's going to be quite hilarious.
Yes, and just know that when it comes to the Lion King, Gavin isn't lying.
I'm done with you. I'm just done.